morning, everybody. My name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. So I'm going to do a stitch with me today. This is one where I'm going to chat, and as you can see, I'm just getting in the last couple of stitches. I am working on my Heaven and Earth Designs Freebie Maui Princess. With this stitch I will have done 140 stitches so far. If I could talk, it'd be brilliant. And we are at 63.23% completed on this piece. So this is one that is the closest to a finish, and I'm now at the point with it that I really do want it finished. So yeah, we're gonna sort of crack on. I've got lots of comments today, and which I will be talking about, many of them giving feedback, and first of all, feedback about my live stream, because I started those just after I'd done my last floss tube. No, that's wrong. My last chatty stitch with me. So yeah, I'm gonna just zoom in the camera a little bit, and oh, excuse me, and then I'm going to get on. So okay, we are working on this section here. More of her hair. She has a lot of hair, this lady. And while I get my next floss out, and that one. Okay. So I hope everybody is well. It's a very rainy, wet and miserable morning here. The autumnal weather has definitely come in. We've got wind and rain, and it's been, the wind has been excuse me, the wind has been pretty high, so not the most pleasant of days, but that's okay because we're indoors. So I'm filming this one, today's Wednesday when I film this, for release later on this week. So I've got comments up until today. I did release a floss tube yesterday with a couple of comments on it, so I will get to those. So let's crack on and see what's in the comment bag today. This is why I love your comments. It's great to sit and talk about them. Let me just... Oh, come on. Lock the focus, that's it. Okay. So 9 days ago, I did my first live video. For those of you who don't know, I will be running a live on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m, family commitments permitting, of course. But generally speaking, Sunday evenings, I'm at a bit of a loose end, and it seems the perfect time to put a live video out. If you wish to join in the chat on my live video, it is restricted to subscribers only, so there is no better time to subscribe. And yeah, come and join in. We do have a bit of a stitch and natter, and people ask questions, and we share information and tips and all the rest of it, which is all, it's all good. It's all a wonderful part of the stitching world. So first comment that I had on my last live was from Jodie Walker. Hi Jodie, congratulations on your first live. It was awesome fun. there were 88 viewing the live and 45 chatting. So that's absolutely fantastic for a first. So it's wonderful. Andy and Lauren joined in and participated as well, even though they were off camera because you could only see my stitching. But yeah, it was a real sort of family affair. It was very good. We all enjoyed it, I think. Mrs. Miggins says thank you, it was brilliant, and a lot of these comments are very similar, so if I do skip a comment it's because I've had similar content, or a similar comment should I say. Zesty Burrito, I missed it but amazing, press on, can't wait to see what you get into over the winter. I hope you're well, again quite fantastic to see you live, which is what a lovely comment, thank you for that. There might be some camera quakes, just be aware. So Stitching Betty just put some lovely flowers. Sharon missed it, but we'll catch up, and I hope you did, Sharon, and I hope you enjoyed it. Just to mark off. MVC says, sorry I missed the end. I enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you live again. I have a question. There was talk of a floss tuber who stitches incredibly fast, but can't seem to find her. So her name is Komari, Komari. I know that I've already answered this comment, but Komari is stitching one of the bookshelves, the Amy Stewart bookshelves, and she has a unique kind of style. She just leaves the floss ends hanging at the back and trusts that they will fasten themselves in. She also stitches with the paper pattern, no pattern keeper, and she is incredibly fast. I think she's up to like page 65. I think it's World Travel Bookshelf that she's doing. So it's either World Travel or Treasure Hunt, one or the other. But yeah, she does sort of lives that last sort of 2+ hours. I don't think English is certainly not her first language, so there's not a lot of English conversation, although she will write a message in English and respond, if you say hello, kind of thing. Sherry says, I'm glad you did a live stream. Yes, I'm glad too. It seems to have been popular, born out of something that Clara mentioned to me, born out of something that was, quite horrible. We've now got, a really good addition to the channel, and as long as you guys keep joining my live streams, I'm going to keep doing them. So Carol says, it would have been 6:20 a.m. here. I didn't get to it as I'm in hospital, but I'm watching now. I'm really sorry that you've been in hospital, Carol, and I do hope that you're better. I can think of nothing worse than being hospitalised. Thankfully, I think last time I was hospitalised was when I was having a baby. Joe Sorensen, Dan had stuff to do. I missed the live, but watching now. Great, you're starting on the other side. Looks great. Congrats on the first live. Hope the family interaction in real life. I love the family interaction in real life. Bless you, Andy. Would love for you to do more lives and converse real time. Well, that's going to happen. So I think Andy quite enjoys conversing as well. So he's a chatty sort when he gets going. Joe also commented on my channel update video saying, yes to the live, sorry someone made you feel like you needed to change what you do. Talking about my life is part of who I am, and cross-stitching is so important, and why cross-stitching is important to me. Yes, it is. She says that the stress in her job and the reason that it has to do to maintain a life and standard of living is one of the biggest reasons that she cross-stitches. Yes, I feel very similar to that. And you know, for me, I am the main income earner in this house, so it is important for me. You know, work is important, and I'm trying to be the best that I can be at my job to maximise my income from it. Oh, I went off camera there. To maximise my income from it. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but you know. Betsy says, thank you, Nicola and family. That was great fun for the live. Clara comes in saying that she's mad at herself because she missed it. But she's glad that she can still watch it. Yeah, live streams will all be put up on the replay. So, you know, if you're not able to make a stream, it's not a problem because, you know, they are re-watchable, as it were. So always under the lives tab on my page, but definitely do if you subscribe and press that bell notification as well, YouTube will let you know you know, when I do publish a video, but it'll also let you know when I schedule a live, and you can set it to notify you that I'm going live, so you don't miss a live stream as well. I've run foul of that once or twice myself. It's not fun. So Irene watched on replay, and she's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Hope to see the next live next week. Let Andy know the Philadelphia Eagles won today. And she says that she hopes that Lauren enjoys doing the crochet. She does crochet as well. And thanks for the lovely whip and chat. Lauren is still practicing her chains because we've got to get the foundations right for crochet. So she's still doing chains at the moment, but they are getting much better, much more even and more uniform. So once I've got her a smaller hook, because the one that she's got is about, I think it's an 8mm, and she could do with like a 4, then we'll start to progress her to double crochets, I think. To be fair, she's taken to doing the slip knots and doing the chains really rather well. So yeah. Poison says you should definitely keep doing these. Lots of fun to watch even if you miss it. Thank you, M. I will. So watch this space. Okay. Got that right. Yes, I have. It's me marking that's slightly off. So Sharon did watch on replay. I'm really happy that this has given you a boost. I'm annoyed I missed it. Hope to make the next one. Looking forward to seeing a new start. My whips are creeping up too, determined to finish some but keep buying more kits. I feel your pain. I know exactly what that means. And I should really sort of stop buying or starting until I've got some finishes, but you know, it's just too tempting. Okay. Come on. Randy Murphy, great live. Congratulations. I enjoyed it very much. You're a bit nervous, but next one will be easier. I think I do get a bit tongue-tied sometimes. But yes, I'm sure you're right, Brenda. And as time goes on, the lives will flow a little bit more naturally, I think. Leslie Ann, talking about my stitching disaster back in floss tube 58. Could I add some fabric? Well, yeah, it's not what I want to do. Where I've decided with Night Cafe that the next time it comes, because I have a rotation, and the next time that the top one on the rotation is Night Cafe, I'm going to then restart it with heavily marked fabric. Excuse me. I will make sure that lightning won't strike twice, let's put it that way. Lovely progress on my other whips, thank you. So I did the herbs challenge and I put out 2 videos, one to start and one to finish, and asked for people to volunteer to pick up where I left off. It comes with a new start, which is Carolyn Manning's Autumn Waltz. So I put out a couple of videos. So on the first one, we've got comments like, it'd be good to see the chart's journey from Mrs. Miggins, Julie Rose, who says, stunning project, looking forward to seeing your progress. Linda Fabrizio says, love Carolyn Manning and tell Andy again that the Eagles won 25-20. Yeah, it's a great chart, and I did put it out on live stream too, which we'll talk about shortly. So Clara did rewatch the live, or watch the live on replay, should I say, and hope to join me in the following one. Karen, who is Needlebug, Karen nominated me for the Herbs Challenge, and she says, great job, looking forward to seeing this piece grow. Yes, it's a lovely stitch, and it'll be done very quickly, I think, as well, just as a piece. Curly Craft, a lovely piece, can't wait to see your progress. Oh, I've gone off screen again, I'm really sorry. Let me just zoom out a little bit, I think, because I'm dealing with a fairly big area here. Stacey, hi Phil. Come to your channel not only to hear about your stitching, but to see how a friend is doing. When I search for a floss tube, I want to watch and listen to someone that talks to me like a friend and just not all business. Although I won't be able to attend your lives, I will for sure watch them later because I need to stay updated on all the neighbourhood gossip. It's as good a reason as any, it really is. There's always plenty of gossip here. Thank you for taking some time to not only show us your stitching, but be a part of your life. Thank you. Thank you for that, Stacey. I spent last week about 5 hours making floss tube videos in one guise or another. Stitch with Me, Herbst, floss tube, lives. It all adds up, and just for me it was about 5 hours, and then Andy takes the time to edit them. So it's good to know that, you know, what I do, the content I put out is enjoyed by so many. Betsy Crowther says about Autumn Waltz, nice choice, it's going to be so pretty. It already is, Betsy, it's coming along already. E Elise Ecraft in Colorado, may be interested in joining the challenge. Well, I'll put you forward now, Elise. Nigel Suit 9522, one of the German flush tubes, says good morning. Thank you and welcome to the family. So in a message in German saying welcome to the flush tube, the German flush tubing family, which is a lovely thing for you to say. Thank you so much. Missy says that's so beautiful. Maybe a new start in the future. Already is. Flush tube extra comments again. Don't change your channel and what you talk about. As for me, for one, I like your life updates. I do watch the ones that have talking and not the ones just with music, but I know there are people that like that. If I don't like it, I don't watch it, don't comment and don't complain. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the way it should be, isn't it? And it's just a shame that I was kind of, slightly derailed by somebody that saw fit, to do those things, to comment and complain. But we will persevere. On my flush tube last week, the lovely Sandy says, great progress on your whips, well done on weight loss, Alive was brilliant, can't wait for the next one. Thank you, Sandy. The last flush tube that I put out wasn't flipped. Andy didn't flip it when he edited it. He did my herbs challenge and my flush tube on the same day. He thought he'd flipped it. He'd flipped the herbs challenge one. Excuse me, and not the flush tube. And Sharon Fennell says it's I know how to muddle her brain with by not flipping. And fab stitching, great to see I have my mojo back. Yeah, my stitching mojo is definitely there again. Although, as I said, and my last flush tube, my latest round of sort of working in the office has had a bit of an impact. So let's just zoom this in a little bit again, because I'm going to be working in this bit. It's flush tube last week. Sherry 7274 says my progress is looking good. Thanks for the video. Thank you very much, and no problem. So on my last flush tube, when I said I was looking for some fabric for autumn waltz, I said I would go and take a look at my bolts of fabric. Again, Clara's mentioned in her comment, what bolts of fabric? How cool. How do you purchase bolts? Well, I'm sorry, excuse me. Well, Clara, again, these are a leftover from my kitchen days. I still have some sort of remnants of bolts of fabric. I've got 14, 16, 18, 20 count, 25, 28, some gridded, some not. And I've also got, I think, some black fabric. So I've got plenty of fabric to keep me going for a little while. She says she would love to purchase one in 25 count rather than buy the sizes that 123 sells them in. I've ordered from the wool warehouse, but if I can buy a bolt of 25 count Lugana, I'd be in heaven. Yeah, that's the only one I haven't got. I haven't got Lugana. I've got even weave, but not Lugana. Lugana, I still have to buy the pieces from, I think I've got my last one from Lovecrafts here in the UK. I think it was Lovecrafts. I used to get them from so-and-so, but Jane sadly closed her doors a few years ago now, which is a great shame, because I really did like so-and-so. Enjoyed seeing that you stitched so much. I loved all of them. I did notice that your video showed things in reverse. The reason I could tell was the cockatoo on Maui Princess being on the wrong side. And then she mentions about an email that I sent, which I've now responded. That she sent, sorry, that I've now responded. Thank you, Clara, for your email. Let's have a look. So this is a point that I do mention quite a bit. Mrs. Miggins, I'm glad you mentioned about subscription. I had been taken off. Mrs. Miggins has been a subscriber for quite a while in my videos, or if not from the very beginning. So if my subscribers are being taken off without their knowledge, it's definitely worth checking that button. It seems to be some sort of a YouTube glitch that doesn't appear to have been resolved. And I don't know why YouTube does it. As I said, I watch some other channels, and this is where I first sort of picked up on it, because they were saying that people had reached out to them and said, oh, I've been unsubscribed. But yeah, definitely worth keeping an eye, just making sure you're still subscribed, because if it happens to Mrs. Miggins, it can happen to anyone. Julie Rose is glad to hear that there will be more lives. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Julie. So did I. I'm still sort of ironing out some of the technical lumps and bumps. But, you know, it is what it is, and I'll get there. Julia Hyam mentions on my Herbs Challenge video, lovely colours. Yes, that's what attracted me to that chart. There were two Carolyn Mannings that I looked at. There was Autumn Waltz, and there was Pumpkin Patch. And Pumpkin Patch is one where it's the little tiles of triangles and squares, and it is in very autumnal colours. So there's orange, green, purple, brown, yellow, red, just to name but a few of the colours. And it's in the Broken Star collection on Carolyn's website. So it was between that and Autumn Waltz. If you're interested in looking at Autumn Waltz to purchase, it is in the Dancing Through the Seasons section on Carolyn's website. I think that Autumn Waltz, it's just the right size. It might just lend itself very nicely to a cushion front when it's done. And because it's Dancing Through the Seasons, there are obviously more than one season, so you might just have to make a collection. So there you go. Do check out Carolyn's website. It's great to support designers directly. So I've been after doing a Carolyn Manning for a long time. I mean, I could have chosen something like Halloween Hijinks, or, you know, one of the Birthstone collection in the right colours, but no, Autumn Waltz was the one that really sort of did it for me when I was looking at a website. So me and Karen Needlebug had a conversation about it, and I think she was quite won over with it too. I don't know if you've bought it yet, Karen. You'll have to let me know. Speaking of Karen, so glad to see me back to my cheerful self. Thank you, Karen. Yes, I do feel a little bit more lifted now. Projects are looking fabulous. Congrats on the weight loss. Love the live stream and plan to join again. So for those of you who haven't seen my latest floss tube, I lost a further £4 this week, which is £20 altogether, or £1 stone £6. Excuse me, I've got a really dry throat, bear with me. And I'm just going to sort of keep going because I'm feeling better. People are telling me I'm looking better, so I've got more energy, less backache, sleeping better, and I generally have a feeling of wellness that I was struggling a little bit with before. So Betsy Crowder says, I've made a lot of progress on all my whips. I love that Carolyn Manning pattern. I think you've enabled me. Let me know, Betsy. Have I enabled you? Vic Cryptid says, awesome. On my last floss tube, just awesome. I'll take that as a very positive thank you. And Miss saying great progress. Thanks for a lovely video again on my floss tube 59. Thank you, Missy. I did Stitch With Me with Realm of Middle Earth last week. It was the last one that I chatted on. Sherry says thanks for the video. Sharon says I'm glad you are still doing the chatties. Looking forward to seeing the Afromov piece restarted. So as I said, next time it comes through in rotation, I will be restarting it. She says, good luck with this week's weight loss. She lost 3 pounds, she's cutting portion size. Well done. And no eating after 6. To be fair, I only usually eat after 6 on a Thursday when it's my weigh-in day, because I wait until after my weigh-in to have my evening meal. And it's simply because of logistics. I finish work at 5 p.m. I've got to get home. By the time I get home, I have about half an hour before to leave again to go for weigh-in. So it makes sense just to delay having my tea. And I actually find that because I'm a little bit past eating, I don't sort of binge and have too much on a Thursday evening. So it's a win-win. But generally speaking, I don't tend to eat after 6 p.m. if I can help it. I've never been really one for the late night munchies. For me, it's the middle of the day. Mornings and lunch times are critical times, and I have trigger foods, which is normally things like bread and cheese. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, I've got such a dry throat and I don't know why. So I find if I do avoid the trigger foods and keep myself busy between sort of 10 and 2, then the cravings tend to disappear. Leah, I am German and make English and German frost tube, and I would love to join the challenge. Well, that was it, Leah. I'm nominated yet. And she says, beautiful pattern choice. Thank you. I am still looking forward to seeing your video if it's not out already. We'll have to go and have a look. And I know I've seen the project that you want to do on Instagram, which is definitely a Halloweeny theme with lots of orange in it. So yeah, thank you, Leah. Thank you for volunteering to pick up where I left off. On my last chatty, Irene says thank you, be happy, stay safe and healthy, and hope to see you in the next video. Thank you, Irene. Missy, I love your comments. You, Clara, one or two others, I love to read your comments. Good morning again, sitting cozy with my coffee and my dog and watching you. I can't wait to see the restart. It's coming soon. And congrats on the weight loss, thank you. For about 20 years ago, I lost 30 kilograms, and I did that through smaller portions, more veggies and walks. I can't do a workout. I was born with spina bifida. spina bifida. It's two of my vertebrae hadn't closed in the womb, but I have a great life. I know a little bit about spina bifida, Missy, because I know, and I used to look after people with it, so I know that it can have sort of grades, as it were. It can be quite mild to quite severe, and sometimes even if you can't see, it's one of those disabilities that can be hidden. So, you know, I absolutely understand you know, what that is and how it may affect you. But congratulations on that 30 kilos. It's fantastic, just by doing smaller portions and a little bit of walking. That's awesome. She loves my accent. Well, I'm in the north of England, in Yorkshire, so we are, I mean, in Britain we have regional dialects wherever in the country that you go. You know, we've got right from sort of London to Newcastle, Manchester, Yorkshire, you know, Lancashire, Yorkshire, then down sort of Devon, Cornwall kind of thing. So, you know, wherever you go in England, you will find lots of different accents. And of course, you know, Welsh, Scottish, Irish are all, you know, unique as well. I love Britannia. If I could, I would live in the UK. I don't know if you'd enjoy it today, Missy. It's very dull, very miserable, rainy and windy. Only a couple of weeks ago, we were actually literally baking and having to have the fan on and cool us down. And now we're definitely, you know, curl up with a hot chocolate kind of weather. There you go. Kells Bells, glad you're still doing the chats. As I saw in your extra floss tube video, you're not talking about a lot in your life, and I find this is a shame, as I enjoy hearing your life stories. Don't let others change who you are or what you do on your floss tubes. Just do you. We love your channel, loving your stitch pieces, enjoying the live. Couldn't make it along, but I watched it after. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm still doing all of the things, but I'm just sort of, you know, rejigged how I do it. If the Chatty Stitch with Me focuses on your comments and answering your questions, the lives as well, you know, you also have the opportunity to ask me things and, you know, how's life and, you know, what's happening in the neighbourhood kind of thing. So, you know, just add your comments and picked up my scissors too early. Add your comments and I'll still talk about it. I just won't do it without being asked, if that makes sense. If you want to know, if somebody wants to know, I will answer, but I'm not going to volunteer the information, apart from the fact that I've lost £20. Linda says, I really like the colours of this piece. Every time I watch you do it, I want to get the pattern. So I looked, and unfortunately it's out of print. Beautiful stitching as always. Linda, just keep an eye on Tilton Crafts website, because sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Let me just have a quick look and see if it is now. I know that Clara got it from there, so doesn't appear that it's on there at the moment, but just keep an eye on the website, and you know, you might find that it does pop up again. She also says, well said, to comments that I read out last time from Clara. So there you go, Clara. Okay. Chia Kim says, hi Nicola, I'm wondering which tablet you're using for your pattern keeper. This is on FlossTube 59. So I use, the tablet I got was a Christmas gift to, essentially to myself, but using money that was gifted to me for Christmas a couple of years ago. I have a lovely mum-in-law, and she knows that by giving me cash or money, I'm able to choose something that I need, rather than her buying me things that I might not want, which is lovely. I mean, you can't ask for better, can you, really? So she gifted me some money, and the tablet I have, it's a Lenovo TBX, I don't know if it's a 5. Oh dear. X50F. And I think it's like, I mean, it's quite big. You'll see it on my FlossTube videos, because, I like to have it as a good size, so that I can zoom in, zoom out, and everybody can see, what I'm doing. And, my eyes are shot anyway, so I have to have the new glasses a few weeks ago. So yes, it's a decent size one. And I literally only use it for pattern keeper. It's dedicated, and I sometimes I get emails through on it because it's signed into my email account, so I can access Google Play to download pattern keeper. But primarily it's just used really for pattern keeper. It did have Mario Kart on it, because one of the kids wanted to play Mario Kart and didn't have room on their phone, so I said, here, download it on this. I was working off paper at the time, so yeah, they went and downloaded Mario Kart, but that's off it now. But yeah, it's a decent size, and I can work with it. Patty says, so glad to be able to still have our chatty time. Thank you, Patty. But as I said, this is why the comments are important, because I can answer them and still have that chatty time with you. Always a pleasure to visit. It's a pleasure for me to make and release these videos. Works both ways. Leah says, thank you for nominating me. Welcome. I love your new start. I might have to start something too. Just realised you had nothing with orange in it. I know you've corrected that now. And I also made a correction because I spelled your name wrong. I'm really sorry about that, Leah. But I have now amended it. So, but do go and show Leah and Elisa your support, if not already. They're both lovely ladies with lots of lovely stitch projects, and personally I do like to visit other floss tubers too. I know that Leah also diamond paints. I've seen a post on her Instagram earlier with some diamond painting. I think it was one of her historic posts, but a post nonetheless. I think it was you, Leah. Sandy says, well done and congrats for completing the challenge. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you, Sandy. I do hope you're keeping well. And I'm not going to be at retreat this year. I was hoping to be, but I'm not. I do have a few bits coming up that I am busy with, and I can't do that at the expense of the retreat, as well as the other things that I've got planned. So Unfortunately, my real life, as it were, has had to take precedent, but it is what it is. Irene says, congratulations on the challenge. It's looking good. Yes, it is. I am 1,100 stitches into it now, if you'll have seen my floss tube. And they're nice because they're little motifs that you can do one at a time type of thing. It's plenty of variety in autumn waltz. Betsy says, thank you for another great stitch with me. I love stitching with you. I watched your previous video on completing the challenge. Congratulations. The colours in your Carolyn Manning new start are beautiful. Happy stitching and hope to see you someday. Yeah, those colours. We could talk about them all day, couldn't we? Kel's Bell says, of my challenge looking good. Well done, thank you. Norma says, I really love your autumn piece. It'll be beautiful when finished. Yeah, it will. And as I said, I've got, the thought in my head now to, look at making it into a cushion cover. So, and Sharon is also looking forward to seeing autumn waltz progress. Sherry says, congratulations, looking good. Watching my other video now. And that was for the Herbs Challenge completion. Cindy says, I have a quick question. What does ASMR stand for? I'm trying to figure it out, having no luck. I hope it's not too dumb a question. It certainly is not. A lot of people don't know what ASMR stands for. I did know what it stood for, but still had to look it up to make sure I got it right. It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, and it's the pleasure of natural sounds and stimulation of the senses through certain sounds. And some people find stitching sound to be very relaxing, and it, as I said in my comments here there, to creating a sense of peace and fulfillment. There's lots of ASMR videos on YouTube, so if you just type in the hashtag ASMR, you'll come across lots of things, and it'll be anything from Jane Greenoff talking about the Cross Stitch Guild to Lewis Capaldi whispering into the microphone. ASMR comes in many guises, but in cross stitch, people do find the sound of needle and thread just going through the fabric to give that sense of peace, that feeling of peace. Sometimes, most of the time when I stitch, I usually have my earphones on and a podcast or something coming through. But sometimes I just literally sit and listen to myself stitching. There's one or two other YouTubers that do ASMR type videos. Stitching Dreamer is one of them. Komari obviously is another. Rin Cross Stitch is another. So, there are some people that just put out videos that says no talking. And you can just literally hear, needle and thread, natural sounds, vehicles, wind, animals, that kind of thing. So ASMR has gotten more popular in recent times, and I think for people with neurological, not deficit, that's the wrong word, but like Hannah, my eldest, has got autism, so sometimes something that's quiet and peaceful like ASMR is good for her. She doesn't really like too much noise, I don't think. Clara, very beautiful colours, reminds me of the fall, smells from the air freshener plugins I have at home. Even this Texas hot weather has cooled down, it's beginning to feel like fall. Yeah, it's definitely cooled down here too, Clara. So I had to have my hoodie on once or twice this week. Been quite cold. But yeah, we'll be fine. Just stay inside, stay wrapped up, that kind of thing. Okay, new subscriber. I've got a couple of these that have commented, and thank you so much for joining in. My name is Esther. I'm from the USA. I'm really thankful to Karen Needlebug for recommending your video. I really enjoy your talk. Thank you for sharing. Looking forward to your live videos. Thank you, Esther. And indeed, welcome to the channel. We've got a lot of videos in the background, so you can always go back and watch another one. There's plenty in the bank, as it were. Of course, if you have the time. And she says, great challenge. Thank you for sharing. I did a stitch with me with the new challenge, an ASMR. And she thanks me for that. And then says, congratulate. And then Patricia comes in and says, congratulations on challenge completion. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, you did it again, says Clara. 4 colours make my heart giddy. Beautiful stitching. It's going to look fabulous. Yeah, it is. It's the nearest thing that I have to a sampler, apart from Pandemic, which I haven't touched in months and really should do. Quick mark off. Jill May 5253. Hi Jill. I noticed you were working on gridded Ada. Can I ask what you used to mark it? I didn't mark this one. The 18 count is a pre-gridded magic guide. This one is also a magic guide. You can just see the pink lines there. But these are in 20 by 20 blocks on 25 count. But the dark lines you see in between it, it's my friction pen that I only use on full coverage. So I won't be using that on my autumn waltz. It does wash out quite well. You do have to soak it in, hand hot water, a mild detergent, but it does soak out quite well. Kay Gordon. I watch all of your videos and love to have them playing in the background while I'm stitching, as it makes me feel that there's someone else in the room stitching with me. I love the colours in this one. This is Autumn Waltz. A change from your usual Stitch With Me videos. More like this, please. Your wish is granted. If you want more stitchy videos like that, I will quite happily oblige. I will use Autumn Waltz on Stitch With Me's, no problem at all. And also, I do have Pandemic to finish, as I've just said, so could get Pandemic out too. Again, I'm mindful of time. I'm working this morning. Jane says, looking good. I see hard work working. Great stitching as always. Thank you, Jane. And then we have some more comments on my live stream 2. And we'll leave it at the end of live stream 2 because I only put the floss tube out yesterday. So I want to give some opportunity for some comments on that. So Jodie again says, really enjoyed the live. Time flies when you're having fun. It certainly does. It flew by. I hope you all have a very nice night. Thank you, Jodie. Thank you for joining in. My live videos are about an hour and a quarter. next Sundays will be strict an hour because Andy may be doing a live at 9 o'clock. But if he decides not to do that live at 9 o'clock, we will be an hour and a quarter. Excuse me, my throat's so dry. By the time sort of an hour and a quarter gets by, I'm ready to get up and have a little walk around because I've got a bit stiff. So I was asked in my live about my joints and how do I, look after my wrist and elbows and stuff. Well, you can't see it, but my right hand, I'm on the arm of the chair, and the arm of the chair is quite, well, I say arm of chair, arm of sofa. The arm of the sofa is quite low, so I've put a cushion on top, so my elbow's resting on the cushion. My right shoulder is nice and relaxed. I don't need to move this hand much at all, so there's not an awful lot of wrist movement. Keeping short lengths means that I don't have to move my arm off because it's resting on the hoop. I don't have to move my arm off the hoop. And I'm very lazy. I put minimal movement in where possible. But yeah, keeping a good sort of stitching, make sure my back's supported, make sure my right elbow definitely is supported, resting my arm on the hoop. I've got a Lowry stand, so it also helps to stabilise my Lowry stand. And yeah, I've not encountered any problems, but I am mindful that when I've been sitting for about an hour or so, I do need to get up and walk about and just, check out my joints and, stretch kind of thing, and just take care of my body because I only got one. There you go. Brenda says, sorry I missed your live. Unexpected visitors as your live started. I was not a happy camper. I can understand that, Brenda. Life gets in the way sometimes and it's not always at the right time. But all being well, we'll see you in the next live. It will be coming up as ever this Sunday, 8 o'clock UK time, whether that be BST or GMT, because I know we're coming up to clocks changing in the next few weeks as we get into October. I've got a few comments on the latest floss tube, but I will leave those for this time because you want to see if there's any more comments added, so we'll go over those in the next chatty Stitch With Me, which I will be filming next two coming out. So this is the second one, this is the first one this week. No, as you were, this is the second video this week. So next week will be ASMR and music, so it'll be the week after. Don't forget that there is no floss tube next week because I'm away. Andy and I are going to Gloucestershire, but there will be Stitch With Me's and lives out as usual. So we've just about reached the end of the hour, which has just settled in quite nicely, hasn't it? I've done 201 stitches, so got in some more outlining bits and some more of this black. Maui Princess is looking ever better every time I pick it up. It's looking great. Cross Stitch Mad Sarah, I think, over on Instagram is very close to finishing Maui Princess. It looks wonderful. She's just moved a Q-snap for the last time, and it's kind of inspiring me because I really, really do want to get this little lady done. But yeah, so that is all from me for this video. I have got to go and get ready and start work very shortly. As ever, my housekeeping items, top right hand corner, if you hover over here, a little eye will pop up. It'll take you to the how I start and end my threads video. On the screen coming up in a moment, there will be 3 videos. If you haven't seen them, do go take a moment to have a look. Check, as I said earlier in the video, that to make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you have not been unsubscribed randomly by YouTube. Pressing the notification bell will let you know when I upload, when I upload a video. Also, when I schedule my live stream on a Sunday lunchtime, my time, you can select the remind me option, and it will let you, YouTube will send you a notification to remind you that I'm about to go live. And if you do miss my live videos, they're always available under the live tab on replay. So thank you ever so much, everybody, as ever, for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now, everyone.